What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back. It's been a few months. I've been busy with work and everything else, so I'm going to try and start posting more regular. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but we'll see. But I just want to give some updates. I have made it to a couple of track days with the truck. I'll insert a couple of clips. It's doing fine off the line. It's still a little slow on the launch because I still got to be nice to this transmission until the TH400 is built. But it's doing fine first and second, and then it's just not getting enough fuel into the carbs due to, from what I've determined down to, fuel line size, since I'm running factory fuel lines up to the regulator, and the floats, or the needle and seats in here, they are 120 thousandths. And I am going up to the 150 thousandths. They just haven't showed up yet. That's why these are just sitting in there loose and the top hat's off. I'm also going to get a carb spacer because the vacuum for my boost gauge isn't reading right, teed into the carb. So I'm just going to run these two lines together with a T and then run this back to the vacuum port in a carb spacer. That way I can see the boost there without having to hook up into my MSD box and read it there. I now have a dual catch can setup, or a single catch can setup for both sides with AN lines that just 5/8 hose to barb fittings with -10 AN lines. Then wastegates are hooked up and working. I'm running as low as I can. I got the smallest springs. They're 3.6 pound springs roughly, but it's making about 6.5 pounds of boost. And then I had to get a new fuel pressure regulator. The old one was recalled and it just wasn't flowing enough, so I got this Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator with boost reference, which is hooked up and teed in there, and a fuel pressure gauge so I can watch it to make sure. I don't think anything else has really changed up front, other than I got the front end back together with some new headlights, so the whole thing's assembled. I just got to wire it in and then go into the back. Stuff's still the same back here for now. I did just get it in a 15-gallon fuel cell, so I'll be mounting this under the bed back here. I took the foam out of it already because the foam just will deteriorate and I don't want that getting in, clogging my fuel pump up. And then fuel line, I got 40 feet of fuel line in between there, so I should have enough to go front and back. I did get a new fuel pump. It's just a cheap one for now until I see if it works. It is from Assault Racing Products. It's just like a Holley Black knockoff. It's a 14 psi at 100 and 140 gallon per hour, and it's doing pretty good. It's doing what I need to. I probably will end up going to a lot larger pump than I need and go to like a 400 gallon per hour pump. That way I make sure I have plenty of pump and that it's 10 AN line. That way it matches the fittings on the tank. I am waiting for fittings on the tank, waiting for the rollover valves and a couple extra fittings to make it work. And then I'm getting ready to cut those two brackets off, this one and that one, because the fuel cell is going to be sitting in there. Then I'll have to modify these because the fuel cell I want to where it'll come up almost to the floor, cut a hole in it, and then I can just fill it up from the bed. I am going to finish fixing the wood bed kit just because I messed up a couple of cuts after I put the cage in, and I don't have any spare wood to fix that right now. Then I got the Lexan in. I got to make some trim rings to go around there. I didn't get the best cuts before that goes through. And then inside, not too much has changed. I'm still working on ripping this matting out and still haven't painted the inside. But seats mounted, 5-point harnesses in. I got a quick disconnect steering wheel. I got this dash that I made, which I still got to trim up. Like, I want to trim it to where it's even here. And then I got to put a rivet in that hole there. But you can see it goes all the way to the front and it's riveted down there. We'll go around to the driver's side. Door's still in primer. I more want to get it running right until then, but so this is a quick disconnect steering wheel. I took the factory column, knocked the guts out, and kept the housing. That way it bolted up. Made a custom plate that went in there to take up the gap. And then the steering wheel it's a little tricky to get on one-handed, but not too bad. And then it's got a pin, goes through there to lock it in, and fire extinguisher still in the same spot. Shifter, which I'm getting ready to probably change out that shifter to a little bit nicer one. Then you can see it's an older harness. I still got to get a new one, but the cage is fully done now. I am on full slicks. I changed out the cheater slicks, put those on my street tires, and then yeah, I think that's all I've upgraded. And I did swap to a larger return line temporarily for the last race, but all that line's getting removed for the fuel system. There's a couple other things I'm planning on doing eventually. Like, I'm gonna get a new hood, one that's gonna work with hinges, put the hinges back on, make it to where it works and looks just like a regular truck, other than with the bars coming out the back. And then I'm gonna get new fenders, because these ones just weren't worth the time of fixing, because like you can see it's real rough there. There's a lot of Bondo from the last body shop who worked on them. So I know a couple people that have them. I mean, you can see the waves in it. And that's not even down to bare metal yet there. Luckily the doors were fairly new, but that's all stuff to come later. I'm more wanting to get it done. So I still got the TH400 to build, which that TH400 is sitting right here. It's just a junkyard pull out from a pickup. But I think that's all the updates I have for now. Once I start mounting the fuel cell, I'll try and get a video of getting that put in and routing all the hoses and everything. It's just there's not a lot of room in the garage to work. I mean, there's a couple feet in between the fender and everything else with how much stuff I still got. So, but that does it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.